Good morning. How are you? Good morning. How are you? I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. How are you? So, LA. Hi. Give me number 18, Diane. I'm everyday people, right? Hi. I'm everyday people. So we start out having to say Sly Stone. He died yesterday at age 82. Sly and the Family Stone. Some of my favorite tunes. Take that down. So, still a lot of people are discussing here in Georgia what took place at the Georgia GOP State Convention Saturday. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about LA, President Trump, what's going on there. Scott Bessent is meeting with China right now. So let me ask you a question. Maybe you can answer this as the morning goes on. Why should I vote Republican? Why? Why should I vote Republican? Just tell me, because after this weekend and what I witnessed, I'm just wondering, why should I vote Republican? Now, I'm not saying, because I know people are going to start calling people and texting people. I'm not saying you don't vote Republican, but why should I vote Republican? We'll talk about that later in the show. Now, I've been thinking about something. Give me number one. I have issued all of you out there in the studio audience, all of you have been issued a clicker. Okay. I've issued everyone a clicker. There you go. All of you have one at home. Now, I'm wondering this summer, should I get a haircut or not? So if I should get a haircut, press 1. If not, press 2. And I will determine what the results are. I wanted to do that. All right, take that down. So I have another one, Diane. I can't get past this one before we get into LA. LA, this past weekend, wait a minute, hold on. I had it here a minute ago. I know I have it because I cropped it out of the old Google machine. Where's it at? Because I know she made the comment this weekend, and I really thought I cropped it and brought it over. Maybe I didn't. Take a quick look. No, there's Nathan Deal. Well, maybe I didn't crop it and bring it over. There's costs and concerns. Cost of education. Maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did. Here you go. Give me number 43. This past weekend, Marjorie Taylor Greene, this past weekend. Hey, Diane, let's go ahead and take a break. Let's not get too far in if the audio in the video is off. Let's go ahead. We're going to run a quick break, folks, to get started. The audio and video are off sync, so we're going to reboot. So go ahead and run a set, and I'll give you a high sign when we're ready to come back, okay? Let's get our audio and video in sync.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. How is that? Just let me know. Did that reset, put everything in sync, audio, video? Just let me know how that. Good. Thank you very much. All right, folks, sorry about the delay. When we opened up, every once in a while, the audio, video, a little off. So we do a reset to make sure everything's running correctly. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. So let me just say this. We're gonna have the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. We have some new things going on that we want to make you aware of. We told you as soon as the convention was over, there would be some shift in the reporting. So we will continue to talk about the convention or lack of a convention for the delegates here in Georgia. If you're out there in the United States, I sure hope your Republican Party does not treat you anywhere in the United States the way the Republican Party treated the delegates this past weekend in Dalton, Georgia. So we'll discuss that. Anyhow, Diane, number 43. I want to get this out of the way. All right. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene has publicly advocated for Georgia to reopen mental hospitals. Greene suggested that reopening these institutions could help remove people with mental illness from the streets. Every time I think of that, it reminds me, give me number 42. Every time I think Saturday, Marjorie Taylor Greene said, let's reopen mental hospitals in Georgia. Some reason I can't help but think of Candace Taylor. I can't help but think that every time. I mean, woo. All right, so at 10 o'clock, I think what I want to do now is talk about the convention, but I want to talk about the word plant that you see me put out every once in a while as some things that happen in Georgia politics, as some things to watch for. All right, so L.A., all right? L.A., the riots in L.A. The graphics on the networks, and I don't watch Fox, but the graphics on the networks is, number 47. They'll show you right here. This is what they'll show you on the graphics on the networks. They want to show you all the military equipment, right? Police used tear gas and flash bangs after declaring unlawful assembly in L.A. And here you go, 48. And then go to CNN 54. 48, you'll see this right here. On MSNBC, protests over ICE raids continue in Los Angeles. You see the military vehicles. Give me 54. And Pentagon sending 700 Marines. 700 Marines to the LA to LA. 52. The police chief. Right. The police chief, LAPD chief, criticizes deployment of National Guard troops. 55. And let's go with, there you go. What you see there, the LA police use rubber bullet to corral protesters. You see on the networks picture after picture of law enforcement shooting rubber bullets, law enforcement in groups pushing back on protesters, military equipment, right? Like the trucks, the Humvees or whatever, the Marines, the National Guard. You see that graphic, right? And then you see number 61. They want to get their flag, right? The Mexican flag. So this is what the media shows you. And then you have the tough guy. Give me 59. You got tough guy, Gavin Newsom. Then what do I don't have my glasses. I'll have to go from this direction over here. Then you got tough guy, Gavin Newsom. We're suing Donald Trump. We're suing him. The illegal order he signed. The illegal order. Not the illegals in my state. The illegal order he signed could allow him to send military into any state he wishes. Well, actually, that is the law, Gavin. President can do that. This is an unmistakable step toward authoritarianism that threatens the foundation of our republic. We cannot let it stand. So, by sending your National Guard, by sending 700 Marines, the foundation of our republic has been shaken, and it's illegal to do that. And they're suing, is what Gavin Newsom says. So, and then you have statistics. They want to bring up some data. I want to run some data by you. 71, because we're going to run some data by you in just a minute, right? Trump was asked about Elon Musk yesterday, Scott Bessent, drug use, the Tesla, we'll get to that later. Increase in number of ICE facilities, up 44%. 72, number 72. Criminal backgrounds of detainees. Have a criminal background, do not have a criminal background. You have a criminal background as soon as you cross the border illegally. You're here illegally. That's a criminal background. So, LA, the Battlefront, LA, number 12. Now, you know this. You knew this was coming. There's no way of getting around this. This is the first of many cities. It has to be done. So, go ahead and take that down. When we come back, we're going to talk about, they won't show you, let's see. Give me video 1. There's some very graphic, and there's some language you want to caution yourself with. Give me number 25, 26, and then 27 as I move forward here. There's number 25, 26, Mexican flag. Interesting. 27. Those pictures are not making it onto the network, right? They're not making it onto the network. Now, I wonder if they could find a Democrat to condemn this. Number 28, I unapologetically stand for the free speech, peaceful demonstration, and immigration, but this is not that. This is John Fetterman. This is anarchy and true chaos. My party loses the moral high ground when we refuse to condemn setting cars on fire, destroying buildings, and assaulting law enforcement. Senator John Fetterman. Okay. So, just saying, we're going to look at all of that when we return. The vaccine, where's that at? I had the graphic here, number 74. RFK Jr. has dismissed Kennedy removes all CDC vaccine panel experts. All Biden administration people as panel experts. They're very upset over that. So we're gonna take a break to actually get ready for everything. But I want to ask you a question. When we get to the Georgia Hour, where were your lawmakers this past weekend? Why did you see more state senators? Right? Why did the Georgia State Senate caucus have a room set up at the convention? And that's primarily who you saw at the convention. Governor Kemp wasn't there. Raffensperger wasn't there. Chris Carr wasn't there that I'm aware of. Right? John Burns, Speaker of the House, he wasn't there. The state party, where were they at? Now, if you're a member of an organization, if you're a member of the organization and that organization, said organization, kept attempting to pull political stunts on you, how long would you continue to stay a member of that organization? Just a question. All right, folks, when we come back, we're going to discuss a couple things in LA that they are not showing you. And President Trump has no choice in LA. We'll talk about that when we return. Take a break, Diane.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, good morning, folks. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. At 10 a.m., we will have the Georgia Hour. Wow, is that growing rapidly? And it's getting packed because we have a lot of candidates stepping up to run in Georgia, a lot of jockeying for position, a lot of corrupt stuff going on. What we assume to be corrupt, a lot of things that need to be investigated, a lot happening. All right, so L.A. Now, first of all, President Trump has the legal right to do what he's doing. Let's just, before we go too far, Karen Bass, the mayor of L.A., and Gavin Newsom of California are okay with the city burning down. All right? Yes. City burns down, redevelopment happens, federal money comes in. They're fine with the city burning down. They're fine with that. And that we could talk about that for quite some time. They're fine with that. The other thing is they can't tell law enforcement and first responders to stand down. They can't tell them just to watch burning cars, burning buildings, looting businesses, throwing cinder blocks. If President Trump doesn't they're not going to burn the cities down this time, all right? Is it that important to go in and do the ICE raids in these cities? Absolutely. And I'll tell you why Gavin Newsom wants you to leave the 4-year-olds alone, as he said earlier. We'll play that for you. But Trump has every right to go into, give me video 9.
And it's a great question because we keep using the word, and the word that's being headlined is deployment of troops. They're deploying troops, whether it's the Guard or the Marines, to Los Angeles. Is that a legal thing to do, that the president can do that? Yes, it is. The president can deploy soldiers or Marines anywhere. The fact that we have to look.
Okay, now generally, the National Guard falls. Now it is the National Guard, but every state has a division of the National Guard. You have your Georgia National Guard. That's what it's called. Correct me if you feel there's a difference. You have your California National Guard. That's what it's called. Okay? And generally, your governor will call out the National Guard. Your governor has the ability in your state to call up the National Guard anytime they feel necessary. Now, normally, the normal procedure would be the President of the United States would ask the governor to call up the National Guard in support of law enforcement. But now these are federal law enforcement. ICE is a federal operation, and they are there to do and fulfill, a federally broken laws. Immigration illegals are not breaking the California state law. They're breaking federal law. So the bottom line is President Trump can call up the National Guard over and above Gavin Newsom. He could send our military anywhere in support and protect buildings, protect vehicles, whatever it may be. Give me number 29. Now, there are different rules for your military and how they can react and what they could do on our soil. Okay, they're not supposed to be used against the citizens. As promised, real Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth, you have the power to solve this problem immediately. Rescind the order. Now, Gavin Newsom, in the office of the governor of the state of California, is suing Donald Trump in the office of the president of the United States, Pete Hegseth, the Department of Defense. He's suing them. Rescind the order, solve the problem immediately. They want law enforcement to stand down. They want that. Trump's not allowing it. It's not going to happen. They're not going to burn the cars. They're not going to loot. Now, Trump says they're professional agitators. Give me video 2.
To come and arrest him. Should he do it?
I would do it if I was Tom. I think it's great. Gavin likes the publicity, but I think it would be a great thing. He's done a terrible job. Look. I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows. All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We're putting a flagpole over there. Under budget. I always do under budget.
What does your intel tell you about these people causing all the problems?
Oh,
are they people ICE is trying to deport, or are they professional agitators?
The people that are causing the problem are professional agitators. They're insurrectionists. They're bad people. They should be in jail. Thank you. Okay, give me number 13. You can't hide. FBI hunts down masked LA brute wanted for hurling cinder blocks, rocks at federal officers during riots. Cinder blocks? Where in the world are they getting cinder blocks? Give me video 3. Who's delivering cinder blocks? Why is there a delivery of cinder blocks? Every time they do a professional, right, agitators protest, as they call it, there seems to be bricks and cinder blocks, and everything is staged. Everything is ready to go. But, you can always be guaranteed that if something like this happens, 56, you can always guarantee if something like this happens, you'll always find Pam Bondi on Fox News. If you're looking very long for Pam Bondi, you'll find her on Fox News. Look, we know everybody that's the 51 spies that lied. We know everybody we could round up today. We could arrest tomorrow. But we're looking for the guy that's throwing the cinder blocks right now. We're busy. I'm just saying, man. You can't make that up. So you can always be rest assured if things are going on, you can find Pam Bondi. Now, one more thing I want to do. I want to show you Gavin Newsom. Listen to this guy, Gavin Newsom. Video 5. I'm sorry. I apologize. Video 5.
I mean, it's, again, sober and serious moment. Meanwhile, can I just add, and this is why I told the president, just get it over with. Arrest me. Move on. If you need some head to scalp, do it with me, but stop messing with these kids. Stop messing with 4-year-olds, kids in elementary school. We've got kids. We have hundreds of graduations down here. Kids are not going to their own graduations. Families, grandparents here legally, mixed status families in some cases, scared to death to go to a graduation. People are scared to walk down the streets. It's not just Home Depots, getting their car washed. We have incidences. I didn't believe it because what was I thinking? I actually believed when they said this is not true. But then I saw videos. They're doing checkpoints, checking people's IDs. We've never seen this kind of deployment in so many actions. It's mass panic out here in the nation's largest county, in the nation's largest state. Good, hardworking people, decent people. These are not the criminals. These are not the thugs.
They're not the criminals. They're not the thugs. They're hardworking people. They broke the law. Give me number 14. 700 Marines headed to LA after night of scattered protest. New York Times. Okay. Number 16, due to increased threats to federal law enforcement officers at federal buildings, approximately 700 active duty U.S. Marines from Camp Pendleton are being deployed to Los Angeles to restore order. We have an obligation to defend federal law enforcement officers, and if Gavin Newsom will not. Now, when you send federal law enforcement officers and you have federal buildings and they are attacked, Gavin Newsom does not want to protect ICE. He doesn't want to. What they want is they want the raids to continue. They don't want the National Guard in there. They don't want the Marines in there. They have every right to protect the federal law enforcement. Gavin Newsom doesn't want to protect them. He doesn't want to, okay? And Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom think if they stay away, that ICE would have to leave. Stop getting the kids in the elementary schools. We'll talk about that momentarily, all right? Let's not gloss over. We have another bioweapon smuggled into the country. Number 23, Stephen Miller, the political leaders of California and Los Angeles are siding with the insurrectionist mobs fighting to dissolve America over the heroes of ICE fighting to save America. Did I throw that in there? All the while, let me show you this one more time. Number 28. This is John Fetterman, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman. I'm not ready to go there yet. I want to show some of the graphics. Then I'm gonna show you some things. When you say, well, why don't we leave them alone? There's number 46. Trump says he'd arrest Gavin Newsom. They're claiming that Donald Trump wants civil war. Give me video 6.
What do you make of the fact that he says you want a civil war on the streets of America?
No, that's just the opposite. I don't want a civil war. A civil war would happen if you left it to people like him. And I liked him. You know, I always got along with him. Never had a problem with him. But he's grossly incompetent.
Trying to say Trump wants a civil war. Number 52. LAPD chief criticizes deployment of National Guard troops. All right. Number 53. CNN. Tensions flare between police protesters as LA unrest continues. 54. Sending in 700 Marines. Again, 56, you can always find Pam Bondi on Fox News. 57, Pentagon sending 700. You can see their peaceful protests. The peaceful protest, 61, showing their Mexican flag. They're just calmly peaceful protests with their Mexican flag, while across town, 27, they're not. That's a peaceful protest with Mexican flags on the networks, right? Looks like a little graffiti, a little fire going on. There's a Mexican flag. They do not feel they're part of America. They don't. They do not. 63, arrest me. California governor unfazed by threats to arrest from Trump administration officials. 64, Trump said, if I were Tom, I think I'd arrest the guy. Go ahead, arrest him. Here you go. Here is, you got to always have, what's her name? What is this? What's her name? I forget her name. It escapes me, and I don't care. Number 69. 5 lawmakers in California and New York are denied access to federal detention centers. It's what is her name? I don't know. It's not important. Number 70, ICE arrest records numbers of migrants in single day, including hundreds. Now, here's where they start giving you some data. I'm going to show you some data in a minute. Increase in numbers of ICE facilities. That was 71, 72. Criminal background record. 73, record high number of people booked into ICE facilities month of May. Record high number 28,000. All right, so let's go over some of the what's in California here that they don't talk about. When he said, stop with the 4-year-old kids and the kids in elementary school, right? Give me number 31. Now, this is just AI, okay? This is the data from AI. The Immigration Policy Institute, using U.S. Census data and other data, says there are about 2.7 million undocumented people in the state of California. In L.A. County, that's about 951,000. Right at 1 million people in L.A. County. That's 10% of the entire population of the county is not documented. Not documented. 10%, almost 1 million people in a state with 2.7 million. This is numbers that they're aware of. So we'll talk about some more data when we come back. We're going to take a break. Then we'll get into RFK Jr., what's going on in Ukraine. We have several other topics this morning before we get to the Georgia Hour. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com, voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. Now, we're talking about LA, and then before we get to the Georgia Hour at 10, I want to talk about Ukraine. I want to talk about RFK Jr., a little about Elon Musk. Wow, we have a lot to go over. So, now I left you here, and I just want to round this out on LA. Now, folks, we know 20 million, we'll use 20 million came across the border, right? We're going to use that. We have the gotaways, right? Now, Gavin Newsom will tell you to keep your hands off the 4-year-old kids and the kids in elementary school. But they won't talk about the 350,000 or whatever the number that we can't find. That's not to be discussed. So we have millions throughout the years that are not legal. We have approximately 20 million. We're just going to go there. That's what we talk about during the Biden administration. Joe Biden just opened the borders up. Before we get into the illegals and the riot in California, how about let's not gloss over this recently, number 20, Diane. So, and I want to put this in here for a reason, because out of what you're seeing in LA, we don't know where all the terrorists are. Okay. We don't know where the terrorists. We have Gavin Newsom and Bass and others stepping up and saying, well, these people are not violent criminals. You said you were going to get the violent criminals, the cartels. U.S. says it has arrested another Chinese researcher accused of smuggling biological materials. From Canada, we have, give me number 21. I just want to put this up because we don't know everyone in this country. And we should be able. U.S. authorities said Monday that they have arrested a Chinese researcher accused of smuggling biological material into the country. The second such case in days. Terrorist in this country ready to release something. What was it? The magic mushrooms just days ago. The FBI said in a criminal complaint that the researcher identified as, I can't pronounce the first name, Han, a Chinese doctoral student at the College of Life and Science there at the University of Science and Technology in Wuhan, was arrested Sunday at the airport in Detroit. Take that down. So, nothing like bioweapons coming through. 3 Chinese terrorists with bioweapons coming through within a week. Nothing like that, right? So, going back to LA, we have the 20 million gotaways. That came in. 2 million, these are numbers. We don't have true numbers in this country. That got away. 350,000 kids apparently we can't find. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass want you to stand down so they can burn LA to the ground. Now, I've never thought, and this is what they do, and they do this on purpose. So give me number 31. A little data we'll get into. All right. Apparently, there's right at 1 million illegals in LA. 1 million. 2.7 million undocumented people in the state of California. Now, this is what's reported. 2.7 million. I think it's much more, but 2.7 undocumented. 1 million in LA alone. Give me 32. That's the graphic right there. Now, according to undocumented immigrants, California 2.7 million, Los Angeles County 951,000. 1 in 10 in LA County are undocumented. 1 million. Now, give me number 33. We're going to stay with LA alone. Cost and concerns. The cost of providing health care to undocumented immigrants through Medi-Cal has been higher than initially estimated, with a reported price tag of $9.5 billion annually, exceeding previous projections by billions. This is for undocumented. These are illegals that are being paid for out of tax money. This has led to a budgetary pressure in California and calls for potential cuts or adjustments to the program. Some sources suggest that the high Medi-Cal spending is partly due to, well, I cut that off. Illegals here, $9.5 billion. Medi-Cal. Every time you talk about cutting Medicaid, and they tell you we're not paying for illegals, it's a lie. It's a total lie. This has to stop. You cannot pay for their health care, their education. Now, number 34, let's stay in California for a minute. Now, you got to think about this, and you got to go throughout the entire country of what it's costing us. The cost, they're illegal. They're here illegally. They have to go. You and I, American citizens, and if you came here illegally and you did the paperwork and you have the proper documentation this morning and you became a citizen, God bless America. The cost of public education for undocumented students in California is a complex issue, all right? So it's hard to get the exact numbers. Public schools, K through 12. Now you got to understand, the law says, and there was and I'll show you in a minute, in 1982, there was a Supreme Court case that said you have to put these kids in school. Gavin Newsom said, quit touching the 4-year-olds, quit going to our elementary schools and getting them out of there. That is the catch. You got to put them in school. If anyone tells you you don't have to, that is a flat out lie. You have to put kids in school. Give me a number. Is it on the screen there? Yeah, let me put it up here. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 1982 that public school districts must enroll minors, regardless of their immigration status, providing them with a free public education. That's right. One source estimates that supplementing public schools expenditures for English language learning, ELL, well, it's ELS in Georgia, English second language. Instruction for children for undocumented immigrants in California, just the English teachers. ESL in Georgia, just the English teachers, is $2 billion a year for the undocumented immigrants, or no, illegals. You always have to catch that. The undocumented illegals in California. English ESL. In Georgia, go find out how many new ESL teachers are in your district. Right? English second language. In California, it's called English Language Learner, ELL. $2 billion a year just for the teachers. This is because many of these students are raised speaking languages other than English and require additional support. For example, California schools spend an average of $16,975 per pupil. All right, so $2 billion per year. Now, here it is, 1935 in 1982. All right, 1982. This is all done on purpose. You have to tag everything together. 1982 is what? Ronald Reagan's president of the United States of America. I have him right up here. You know how I feel about Ronald Reagan. It was all a setup. 82. 86. Ronald Reagan immigration law. Now, what happened in 82 is Reagan comes in 1980, 82. A lot of these people are coming into the country. We challenge, do we have to put them in school? Do we have to educate them? Do we have to pay for it? 1982, a landmark Supreme Court case, Plyler versus Doe, a court ruled that states cannot deny undocumented children access to free public education. If they can get them here, right, and get them in school. And that is the anchor, no pun intended, anchor baby. You get them in school, right? Mom and dad, not legal. Kid, not legal. They go to school. Now, if they're not legal, where's all their they go in there with RFK and they're screaming about their vaccinations, right? But you have to put these kids in school. You have to. It doesn't matter if they got their vaccination card or not, folks. You got to put them in school. Go check me out on that. And because they're illegal, there's not a category for them. Because all kids have a category, right? So you can do demographics. You can tell the federal government you have X amount of minorities, whatever. And I'm pretty sure they don't want you to know it, but it's called 999, right? So you go in, you sit down to enroll in a legal. If you're a grandmother this morning in America, and for some reason you have to take your grandchild and then enroll them because, you know, your son, your daughter, or whatever, well, just leave it there. Leave your family business out of it. But grandma got to go try to enroll those kids. And they sit there and they say, do you have their immunization card? No. Are you their legal guardian? No. Do you have their transcripts from their other school? No. Well, you can't put them in school. Oh, yeah, try it. You can't put them in school. You can't do that. Illegal shows up. Can't speak any English. Kid speaks the English. They bring a translator in. You got your vaccination card? No. Okay. Are you the legal guardian of this kid? Yeah. Okay, we'll take that. All right, we'll put him in school. 999. Go check. Go check your schools. Okay? So, the ruling was based on the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause, which prohibits states from denying equal protection of the law to anyone within their jurisdiction. This means the states cannot deny students a free public education based on their immigration status. So we need millions to come in here. We need to get them into our indoctrination centers. Free. You can't make this up, folks. Now, give me number 36. Based on the information available, there's no official widely accepted figure for the cost of educating undocumented students in Georgia. All right. You can go start looking at what it cost and doing research in your state, okay? What it cost in your state to put these children, all right, in school, educate them. Go look in Georgia what it costs to educate these kids. Now, I'll just tell you, California, LA, just the beginning. You don't have a state if you don't stop, all right? You don't have a state if you don't stop this immediately. You don't have one. You don't have a country if you don't stop this immediately. So I support ICE. I support sending the Marines in there if you have to. I support sending the National Guard. It's long overdue. And I just wish we were arresting a couple more to go with it. Now, at the same time, they are upset. I had it here a minute ago. 62. RFK Jr. HHS moves to restore public trust in vaccines by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Today we are taking a bold step in restoring public trust by totally reconstituting the Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices. We are retiring the 17 current members of the committee. Biden, some of whom were last-minute appointees of the Biden administration. They're out. They're going to redo the committee. You don't have to worry, all right? And this committee goes through and makes the recommendation of necessary vaccines for your children. So you don't have to worry. They're not going to give me 15. I mean, it's every single news agency. Kennedy removes all CDC vaccine panel experts. All right. So, Diane, when I come back, I found this website yesterday and I want to share it and I want you to look at it and tell me what you think about it. Hold on, I'm still looking at some of these. It's called, have you ever been to the website Ground News? I think it's pretty neat because I'm going to show you something here. Not saying I agree with it, but I'm going to show you something here. Diane, when we come back, I want you to pull this in, and then we're going to talk about Ukraine and Elon Musk before we get at China. Besant is meeting with China right now before we get to the George Hour. Can you take a break, and I'll give you the website. It's called Ground, Ground News. When we return, I want to put it on the screen. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, I'm back. I'm your host, BKP. Now, before we get into Ukraine, talk about Scott Bessent with China and a little bit of Elon Musk. So, in the mornings, I go to about 40 different websites. I look around 40 different websites, and I find it interesting. The big, beautiful bill, it's very silent right now. It's difficult to find anything concerning the big, beautiful bill right now. Seems like it's riot season, right? I noticed yesterday, Diane, someone said, it's riot season already. I haven't even taken down my Ukraine decorations. But anyhow, so could you pull that website up? And apparently the way this website is built, all right, the way this website is built, can you go to the main? Let's see, go down. Yeah, go to the main. Hit ground up there. See what's the first thing you see there. There you go. Now scroll down and just watch. Now look in the middle. You see several people dead in shooting at a school in the Austrian city of Gaz. Is that what it is? Whatever. Look at the blue. Put your cursor on the blue right there, underneath it. Right? And the white and the red. Click on that. So what that apparently says it's doing, it's comparing the bias. What is the right bias? Center. Go to the center. And the left. Go on down. I think this is pretty interesting. Okay, there's the bias. What it says the bias is on the. Now go back, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. I think it's just pretty neat. That's the way that website. Go ahead and pick Trump calls LA protesters insurrectionists. Now, you should be able to go to the article. Go on down, and I think it offers... Oh, slow down. Go on down. Yeah, here's the articles that are attached. Here's all the articles. Now, go right there. All of them, but go go to where did you go? You just went across something that had all. Go to the +3. See that? Go to the center. See those articles concerning that subject, and go to the right. I just find it interesting that this website, you can go search all kinds, and it's telling you it has it broke down from a left-leaning perspective, a center, and a right. Go ahead and take that down. I just thought that was neat. I have been researching that website for a little while, and I just wanted to show you that. Left, center, right. Give me the bias comparison. Yeah, I think so. Give me the bias comparison. Click on that. Go on down. It should have it, the bias distribution. There it is. There's the distribution. 22% of it is to the right, 33% to the left. That is according to them. So go ahead, let's take that off. I just thought that was interesting in that website. Now, so Elon Musk, and I want to do this first. Just like that, we got riots. We got ICE in LA. We have. It's hard to find any news on Elon Musk and Donald Trump and the big beautiful bill. Seems like just the other day. I don't see people asking where's the Epstein file. Just like that. So he is asked yesterday about selling the Tesla, and was there a fight? And is Elon Musk doing drugs? Give me video 4.
Are you going to get rid of the Tesla and the Starlink service that you have here at the White House?
No, I haven't heard that. I mean, I may move the Tesla around a little bit, but I don't think we'll be doing that with Starlink. It's a good service.
Where are you going to move it to? Move it around? What do you mean?
I have a lot of locations.
Actually, about the Tesla.
I had so many locations, I don't know what to do with them all.
About that Tesla, did you ever see Elon Musk get physical with the Treasury Secretary?
No, I didn't.
And I tried to ask.
They did have an argument, but I didn't see a lot of physicality there.
And there was this New York Times report that he did not want to talk about, Elon Musk, that alleged that he, towards the end of his time in the White House, was blurring the lines between recreational use of drugs and medicinal. Do you think he ever had drugs here at the White House?
I really don't know. I don't think so. I hope not. Look, I wish him well. You understand. We had a good relationship, and I just wish him well. Very well, actually. Yeah.
About Gaza, about aid in Gaza.
Okay, so according to President Trump, and not that he would come out and say it directly, but he's not going to get rid of the Tesla. He did not see the fight that is being reported. He didn't see the fight between Scott Bessent and Elon Musk. Now, I do think that cabinet secretaries walk into the deep state organized bureaucracy, and they don't want anybody to disrupt it. Okay, I do think Marco Rubio over at the State Department, that is a deep state behemoth bureaucracy that can be reduced, broke down. Same thing with Treasury, all right, with the IRS and many other moving parts there. And I do think there was some friction because, Elon Musk wants to run it like a business, and I do think there was friction. Trump admits that Bessent and Musk probably did have an altercation, but he didn't see it. He didn't actually see it. Only knows a little bit about it, and he can't validate that. I hope he wasn't doing drugs. He can't validate he was doing drugs. So, I don't know about you, but wow, let's see how is this going to sound? When respected podcast, we'll call them podcast, right? When respected podcast do full segments on Elon Musk, I will listen. This is where I'm going to get in trouble. That will not be Steve Bannon. Now, I'm not saying Bannon, all of his work is bad. I'm not going down that road. But there's a group in that area, Jack Posobiec. All right, if you are down the road of Jack Posobiec and you're down the road of Posobiec and you're down the road of Steve Bannon, and who's the other guy? There's two or three of them: Posobiec, Bannon, Charlie Kirk. Look, I'm not here to attack them this morning. I'm not using my show right now, this platform, to go after them. But just caution yourself on the narrative they run every day. Caution yourself on the narrative they run every day and what they're trying to do. When a podcast comes out, and it may soon, of a respected source that I have, and I believe it. Look, I don't think that we are in the position, if you don't believe these people are on the up and up on Monday. So if CBS is bad on Monday, why do you go to them on Tuesday? If these networks played a role in trying to bring Trump down, January 6th insurrection, as they call it, impeachment, right? All the above. Stealing an election. Why would you sit down and allow them to be your source? Why would you sit down with Chuck Todd? Why would you sit down with Chuck Todd? Go sit down with Tucker Carlson. I'll give you a couple others. Why would you go sit down with Chuck Todd why would you go sit down with the BBC? Why? So I'm just telling you right now, I've always said, let that develop. Let's see what happens during the 2026 election. Let's see what happens with the big, beautiful bill. But I don't buy into everything. I don't. Do I think Elon did some bad stuff? Yeah, I do. I think Elon was wrong for attacking the president. Yeah, I do. But there's a lot that surrounds that. I'm just saying. Okay, now I got to get ready. It's 9:33 for the Georgia hour. So let me make sure some of the things I have here that we want to make sure we cover before we get to our 10 o'clock hour. Go spend some time on this. Number 22. I started Googling. I started searching this morning. Amazon to spend $20 billion on a data center in Pennsylvania, including one next to a nuclear power plant. Have you asked yourself, so yesterday we're doing fine, and for tomorrow's world for our kids to live in, they must have these enormous data centers, right? So yesterday we have a device, gets us any information we want. We can get on Facebook. We can do all these things. We could search things. We can post things. We can put pictures up. But chips, minerals for electronic devices, microchips, high speed, data centers, electric power plants. Now, while I have this up, you got to keep in mind, a public service commissioner right now, they want to lead you to believe, I will not be voting for Tim Echols. I will not be voting. I will be voting for, in Georgia, I will be voting for Lee Munns. All right. I think that's his name. I want to make sure it's correct, but I'll be voting for Lee Munns here. Tim Echols, he may sound like a nice guy, but I'm not voting for Tim Echols. And I'll tell you why. These public service commissioners, they want to lead you to believe that they're working for you to keep your electric bill out here on the pole, to keep the power down in your house. That's not true. That's not true. All of these public service commissions all over the United States, their number one priority right now is power, to generate power to run these data centers. So you stop and think about it. Seems like just yesterday, we're moving right along. I don't know. Are we handling the data, or we can't back it up anymore? We've run out of hard drive. We have to build new hard drives all around the world. Is that what they are? But these data centers and power plants, go look up the enormous amount of power it takes to run these. So I just came across that this morning, and I was reading. I got sidetracked a little bit. So Ukraine, number 66. So Russia is pounding Kiev, all right? Russia strikes Kiev and Odessa in massive drone attack. They are pounding this city in Ukraine, absolutely pounding it. And here's what I do enjoy what the media wants to lead you to believe. Let me have that. Where's it at? I got it here somewhere. The media wants to lead you to believe that, give me number 49. I think that's it, right? Is Putin taking advantage of instability in America? What? I think he took advantage of instability in America when you stole an election in 2020. I think that's when he took advantage of the instability in America, is when that happened. So peace talks really not out there right now between the two. And it seems to me that Russia is retaliating pretty strong back to 66, retaliating pretty strong against Ukraine over Operation Spiderweb. Now, give me number 58 in London. I think that's in London today. United States-China trade talks resume. So I have to ask you a question. And can you answer this for me? Because it's very important to me. It seems like just 3 weeks ago or a month ago, you remember about a month ago, when they were showing all the pictures on your TV screen of empty shelves? And COVID-like shortages, remember that? COVID-like shortages and lines at the store purchasing much-needed products. And companies like Dollar General, right? Companies like Dollar General and the dollar store shelves would be empty. And Temu, whatever it is, Temu, you would not be able to get your products from China. And Amazon was going to start putting a tariff charge on. And Walmart's CEO said that prices were going to go up based on the tariffs. And every day it was a tariff war. Seems like that was just yesterday. So can you answer me? Do you have one single No, that's not true. I had to look at that. Hey, you're funny. You're funny. I'm sorry, I got a buzz. I had to look at this. Sounds like you're putting away your pom-poms for Elon. No. Oh, that's good. That's good. I liked it. I had that one coming. Okay. Ooh, wow. I see a debate in my near future. So I like when you guys send me messages. I really do. So remember all the shelves are empty. So I go to Chattanooga to my grandson's birthday party Sunday. And I always stop at Dollar General. I've got a certain one I stop at there in Tennessee to get for $10 I can get enough candy to upset my daughter-in-law, my son, and my son-in-law, and my daughter, and upset all of them that I bring so much candy and then leave for $10, right, at the dollar store. So I always stop there and I get enough candy for a month for the kids. And there was no empty shelves. There was no lack of product. I was able to get the same dollar store candy. Went down an aisle, got a birthday card. Just seemed like I was able to find everything I was looking for. All I want to say is, as you well know, we do this every morning. The narrative they bring on, the scare factor that they try to put you through every single day. Now, Scott Bessent is making a deal right now with China. They're working out a trade deal. We had a trade deficit, the first reduction in a trade deficit last month in May, in the billions of dollars we've never had in the past. So seems like just like that, the world's not going to fall over tariffs, and tariffs are still being placed on products. So could you let me know what products out there that you cannot purchase online? They're out. It's so expensive you can't afford it anymore. Could you please do that for me? Now, last, before we get ready for the Georgia hour at the top of the hour, the big beautiful bill, 68. Now, the debt limit, okay? Diane, could you, every once in a while, could you put up the debt clock? Every once in a while, Diane puts the debt clock up. CBO, that's the Congressional Budget Office, debt limit, all right? Likely not till mid-August at earliest, all right? Now, what happens? People want to know, how do you shift the deadline? All right? And I'll tell you how they shift the deadline is budgets have different columns, meaning there's $1 billion in this column, and there's $1 billion in this column, and $1 billion in this column. We'll make it that simple. There's 4 columns with all of them have $1 billion. Now, the reason I put it like that is column 1 is have to pay out. All right? Column 2, 3, and 4, you only pay out once a quarter or once a month. And when you do, it doesn't take everything out of that column. So what you can do, what the Congressional Budget Office can do is they can always pay out the necessary. And they'll start until all the funding comes in, and they'll replace it as the funding comes in, but they'll start moving things over per column into the necessary as far as they can go until something in column 3 or 4 has not been paid. That's how it works, okay? So when you say, well, how can they extend it a month? How can you say we're going to hit the ceiling on the budget on this day and then come back and say, well, you can move it 2 weeks? How do you do that? Now I'm going to ask Diane a question. Diane, you remember when the budget clock stopped? You remember that? The budget clock stopped. Can you explain that? I mean, the deficit clock. The deficit clock stopped. Do you remember that? Remember when it stopped? Mm-hmm. Google it, as they say. So, right there, you have $37 trillion. We won't get into that today, but I do not believe $37 trillion is the accurate debt of this country. The debt limit, X date, likely not until mid-August. So we got till mid-August to tear the cap off and just keep spending away until that first bond sale fails in America. That's going to be a different day. So the big, beautiful bill, are they adjusting it? Are they making cuts over in the Senate? Now, if you look this up, already the parliamentarian in the Senate is finding things that they cannot move through in reconciliation. So not to bore you, I've done this before, but reconciliation, the bill is supposed to be generated for budget issues, reconciliation in the Senate, meaning it does not take 60 votes to move off the floor of debate onto the floor for a vote, up and down vote. You can move it off the floor of debate for up and down 50, 51, right, 49. So that being said, the parliamentarian, if something there is not germane, it does not have some kind of bearing on budget, it's not supposed to be on there. There's a real fine line. So the parliamentarian in the Senate is starting to look at some things as far as rules from the House that were not applied properly to the bill. And the parliamentarian in the Senate is over there with Mike Johnson right now saying, you got to adjust a couple things and we're good to go. So what are the cuts? How deep will the cuts be? Will we cut Medicaid? Will we continue to get people out of this country that should not be in this country, right? Stop spending the money in every state we have on illegals in school. I'm sorry, if you're here illegal, we don't need to be paying for your school. California has what's called in-state tuition for illegals, right? Now, if you want to go to a college in California, you want to send your kid to a college in California from Georgia, you have to pay out-of-state tuition. Yes, you have to pay out-of-state. It's a big difference. There's in-state tuition and out-of-state. So if you want to go to a school in another state, you have to pay the out-of-state tuition. California, if you're an American citizen in Georgia and you want to go to school in California, you have to pay out-of-state tuition. Illegals get in-state tuition in California. Look it up. Just go ahead. Look it up. So it is perfectly legal what President Trump is doing. All right? Perfectly legal what President Trump is doing out in California using the military. Give me number 19. I want to put this up one more time. I've got to spend some time on this today because I want to get a little deeper on this. RFK Jr. removes all 17 members. All right. Thank you for doing that, Diane, showing the debt clock. All 17 members of the vaccine committee of the CDC. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy on Monday removed all 17 members of the expert panel that makes vaccine policy recommendations to the CDC. All right. The new membership, they're going to put new members on there. This team makes recommendations. So don't get all worked up and get all nervous on don't get all nervous and worked up on what they're saying about the CDC and what's happening. All right. What are we going to do? at 10 o'clock. So, hold on. Let's see what I have here. I had something here stuck down here. I got to make sure. Oh, the train. Can't forget the train. You know, they keep talking about, Trump keeps talking about Gavin Newsom being a disgrace. I mean, Newsom is flat out a disgrace. Gavin Newsom, he's done a terrible job. Look at the high-speed railroad. Arrest him. He should get arrested just for what he's done in California. The California high-speed rail project, initially estimated at $20 billion, has seen its cost escalate significantly over time. As of 2024, the estimate cost to complete the project, and basically it's nowhere near done, is around $130 billion. It's gone from $20 billion, according to this, to $130 billion. And I think, how many miles do they have of this done? And they always laugh at Trump when he says, you could fly for a couple bucks, $130 billion, and it's basically gone nowhere. All right, when we return, let me ask you a question. Are you tired of people trying to get you to believe something that is absolutely not true? Absolutely not true. And pull stunts on you. And were you at the Republican, let me ask you a question. Were you at the Georgia Republican Party state convention this past weekend? Did you see your lawmaker there? Did you see your county commissioners there? Did you? Did you see your state senator? Did you see your member of the state house there? Did you? I'm just wondering, did you see the governor of Georgia? Was he there? What's the party for? What did we do this weekend? What did we do? If I move forward without the Georgia GOP Inc., all right, and I don't get invited to the reindeer games to begin with, what changes in my life? What changes? Can I not come on here and still study politics and come to you and discuss politics on a daily basis? Why am I voting Republican? Now, I know why I don't vote Democrat, but I'd have to ask a Democrat the same question. Why are you voting Democrat? What do you believe in? Are they delivering what you believe in? Oh.
Got a couple of comments on the Rumble Rumble feed. One comment, I've decided to only pay someone with a vote after they have earned it first. Prove you will represent me first. There are many fronts to earn that respect. The way the entire Republican Party let the J6 political prisoners rot in the Pelosi gulag, I will never vote for you again. Start a new party without them. And then another post, the Georgia GOP is run like a plantation. We have no voice. They just want our labor and our treasure. They mock us for being upset that our rights were violated.
Yes. Now, that's our live Rumble feed, folks. We're on Roku. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Diane, here you go. I just got this. What does it mean to be a 999 alien awaiting an asylum decision? Explore the journey and challenges faced by 999 aliens as they navigate the asylum process. All right. Among them are those classified as 999 aliens. Yes, I told you that. Thank you. Who are you? Who is this masked man or lady? You're right. I'm telling you, they don't want you to know. Go to your school Go to your school and say, and they'll look at you. First, they'll tell you when you go to your school, all right, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. Because they have to identify, you get federal money. You get federal funding and state funding based on your minority status in your schools. Oh, yeah. The enrollment, you get funding based on that. They're going to tell you, no, that's not true. That is. Boys, girls, wait a minute. Can they identify that? Just joking. But they do. So you go in and you say, how many students in our school system in the county classified as 999? I don't know what you're talking about. They cannot give you the names, right? They cannot disclose any information, but they can give you the number. That's not against the law. That's open record. You can go in your county and say, go do an open records request. I want to know every school in my county, how many do the last 5 years? So we know Kemp's administration, if you're in Georgia. You do 5 years. You want to do 10 years? Do 10. Do 5 years. How many ESL, English Second Language? Please just give me the number of ESL teachers employed by the county on this year. And it's not hard. If they lie to you and say, well, that's going to cost, $150, that's a lie. Because when it comes to open records, data is easy and they don't have to charge for data. Anything that you can electronically transfer in the state of Georgia, they do not have to charge you for it. It is a lie. Now, if they print something out, they can charge you the paper. And if something has to have physical, personal time, they could charge you for somebody to go do it and pull the information. But something that is just clear data in a database that they can just electronically send you, they don't have to charge you. So ask them in your county in America, how many 999 students, check the years. Do 5, you want to do 10? Just give me these years. All right? And again, I want to know your county. I want to know your county and what they say the charge is. And if you give me your county and everything, I'll help you write the open records request. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I will. I'll help you write the open records request. I'll tell you what information you got to get. We could write the open records request. All right. Now, here's another thing. I can't get off this. I know we got to get to the Georgia hour. But when you're doing an open records request in Georgia, I do not know your state. In Georgia, all right, well, you got to fill out this form. No, I don't. I don't have to. I can. I will if I'm available, but I don't have to. Oh, yes, we have a form for no. I could write it on a napkin. I could stop down, get me a burger and fries, and take a napkin and write open records requests and turn it in. That's the law in Georgia. Oh, now you got to have a form, and it's got to be our form. Well, I'll do it on the form. That's not that I won't. But I know what they say. All right. Listen, I've studied that for a long time. How many English as second language? That's going to tell you a lot over 5 years each year. How many 999s? Oh, well, we can't tell you. Yes, you can. You can give me the number. I better get away from that. Diane, you got me all fired up on that one. All right, so that was our live feed off of Rumble. We're going to take a break. I saw my Senate leader, but no House, no commissioners, and not even the chair of my GOP from my county. Well, hell, you say? We'll discuss it at the Georgia Hour after this break.
They
Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. I'm your host, BKP, and you have found the Georgia Hour on Voice of Rural America, our Rumble channel. There's a replay every day, and also down at the convention, so many of you came up and you made comments, and they were so great. We love it. In fact, we were able to validate for Travis, Tyler Bowden, Cue Ball, aka Cue Ball, that we do have more than 14 viewers. We did the math. So Travis, why do I keep calling him Tyler? I don't know. Cue Ball. Let's just stay with Cue Ball, and I won't get confused. So anyhow, moving right along there. Just really a programming note. We are on Roku. If you have a Roku TV, Roku device, Voice of Rural America app. This show runs in a loop. So as soon as we get done, we start it all over from 8 a.m. It runs again on your Roku TV. voiceofruralamerica.com. It is running there, right? Twitter, X, Voice of Rural America, X, Facebook page, Voice of Rural America, Facebook page, Rumble, Voice of Rural America, YouTube, Voice of Rural America. Is that it, Diane? Did I hit all of them? I have to be careful. I think that's close.
We also play the Georgia Hour in a loop on the Georgia Hour tab on the website.
There you go. See, I didn't even know we were doing that. They don't. There's half the things they don't tell me, folks. They don't tell me half the stuff. I feel like my dad, right? I feel like Dad. How come no one ever tells Dad? Oh, if I grew up, how come no one ever tells Dad? But anyhow, thank you, Diane. So there's a Georgia Hour tab on Voice of Rural America website.
Yes. You want me to pull up the website?
No, we'll do that at the end of the show. All right, so here is the basis of the show today. We got a lot to go through, all right? A lot. And it's really going to open your eyes. Today's show will open your eyes. Last week, some of the developments. And my question is, the organization, whatever it may be, all right? So last week when we were talking about the cover-up team of the Josh McCoon, Georgia GOP, Inc., this week it's the same thing. Last week we were talking about potential possibilities of embezzlement. This week it's the same thing. It hasn't changed. Last week we were talking about if Josh needs a bow tie or he needs to work out and get a personal trainer, uses the credit card. This week it's the same thing. Nothing has changed other than I feel they're emboldened now to a degree that they feel untouchable. So while they go through feeling they're untouchable, I would like to maintain that they are arrestable. Okay? Yes. So nothing changed. So we're not going to stop that. We're not going to stop trying to uncover what we feel is very deep corruption in the organization. So no, we're not going to walk away. That didn't just end. It's not over. Now, I, for one, will not accept any more stunts. I will not accept any more. I never have accepted, but I will not move on as though things are okay. All right? They're not okay. I mean, you can only abuse me for so long, period. And I'm not going to put up with it any longer. Now, I have some friends that are saying, don't tell people to leave the party. Don't tell people to leave the GRA. I'm not telling anyone not to vote Republican. You'll not hear that. And I'm not telling anyone to, it's not my place to tell you to sign up for something. But it is my place to say, if you do, why? And I'm considering a lot of stuff right now. How many of you believe today that Brad Raffensperger, Secretary of State of Georgia, now don't forget, they got rid of me because I wanted to remove Brad Raffensperger from the Republican Party in the correct way through the executive committee, through the state committee of Georgia, not a resolution. But how many of you out there today feel that Brad Raffensperger cannot run for an office in Georgia and qualify as a Republican? How many of you feel that, right? And why, if you feel that way, why maybe do you feel that way? I'm not putting up with this anymore. This is not going to be acceptable. We will get into the microphones again today. We will get into the convention again today because some of these things are going to tie together. Now, Diane, give me where were your state representatives this weekend? Some of you may know, and if you don't, you will know. So give me number 7. Let's go from 7 to 8 and then back to 7. Those are my numbers for the day. I always feel like when I get done with Diane throughout the show, I should go play the lottery. I call a lot of numbers. I feel like so that is Alex Johnson. He's wearing his GRA badge. That is a GRA badge. And I forget what his official name is, but he is the guru. He is the guy, the go-to GRA. And Josh McCoon is a GRA member, right? GRA member. So there you go. And then give me number 8. Here is Sally Grubhub. There you go. That's the Grubhub, Sally. And she is a lifelong GRA member. Now, either one of them, Josh or Sally, GRA members, were endorsed by the GRA because at their convention, their body, this is why I'm telling you, are you going to continue to carry this water as the GRA? The body would not vote for these people. But Alex is the guru, right? See his GRA membership right there. Now, go back to 7. So you received, if you went online, the GRA, we got a lot of moving parts. Don't you go anywhere. Woo-hoo-hoo. So if you went online Saturday night, Alex wrote how successful this was. Yes, how successful. He has been going for 16 years. More got accomplished than, I'm paraphrasing. Like what? Where were you? Do what? Now go to number 4, and then immediately Alex got home and he sent out a newsletter, which you don't have to be a member. All you got to do is sign up. And he sent out a newsletter there and told me, first, some great news. I've been going to a Georgia GOP convention for 16 years. And in my opinion, this one had to be the best outcome yet for Georgians. Exclamation point. He yelled it at you. Yelled it. Best one ever, man. If you have any feedback from the convention, please fill out our survey. We will pretend. See, I'm tired of that. If you want us to pretend we're listening, go ahead. Because I was in the room with you and I didn't hear the boos and I didn't hear the rules and the lockdown of I didn't hear any of that. But if you get any feedback, go ahead and send it to us because we're going to pretend like we're going to put it out like we did a survey. We're going to pretend like we're here to support our membership. Not only did the grassroots anti-establishment Where was I at Saturday? Where the hell were you, Diane? I mean, when I read this, I don't even know where I was at. The anti-establishment Georgia Republican Assembly win overwhelmingly. But it is also, they did. They won overwhelmingly. They controlled the convention. They are the establishment. They are sold out to the establishment. Yes, they're sold out to the system. They don't buck the system. When you read the GRA and it says we are the Republican conscience of we're the conscience of the Republican Party, I've read all their stuff. But it also has to put Georgia GOP on course for renewed. Let's see. While the GOP Executive Committee had previously banned Jeff Duncan from qualifying as a Republican, this last weekend, the convention delegates overwhelmingly passed a resolution maintaining Republican unity and branding, which prohibits the Georgia GOP from ever qualifying Brad Raffensperger as a Republican in the future. So let me ask you a question. First of all, that is chock full of lies. It's nothing but a lying document. And if you are a member of the GRA and you were not able to make the convention, this is what they want to lead you to believe. That's why this organization I cannot support in any way whatsoever. It's because, as you know, if you're new to the show, if anything out there is set up to lead you to believe something, I will not approve of it. And I had enough. I have been pretty neutral on this organization. And this right here, when it comes to the GRA, they actually have a deal. In my opinion, there's a deal with Debbie Dooley to push back on the GRA to make it look like there's some resistance. Oh, that's all set up. Everything Debbie Dooley does is set up. This is a setup. The Georgia GOP is a setup. Brian Kemp's a setup. And they want to lead you to believe you win at the ballot box. Everything's a setup. Now, moving right along. So, I asked you, do you think? Now, number 17. So, right here, this is the resolution. Resolution maintaining Republican unity and branding. Brad Raffensperger does not have the full faith and confidence of the Georgia Republican Party. You do know this is what got me kicked out, because I wanted to do it at a time it was effective. I wanted to do it when it was, boom, it had to be done, should have been done. I wanted to do it before the 2024 election, before Brad Raffensperger could have control of the state election board. I wanted to do it before Brad Raffensperger could push back on the rules of the state election board. I wanted to do it before McGowan or any of them could go to the state election board and attack us. That's when I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it when it was real, when it would bite you in the ass and it would stick and you know you got bit in the ass. That's when I wanted to do it. That's when it kicked my ass out. Speaking of asses, yeah, that's right. Boom, you got to go. I wanted to do it, right? I wanted to do it through the executive committee and the state committee, and it would have had, boom, bite, and it would have been real, right? We would not be leading you to believe. We would have taken action. Now, the action taken on Jeff Duncan is because, yes, Duncan is not a good person. Jeff Duncan is not a good person. He is a Democrat, claims to be a Republican, endorsed a Democrat, voted for a Democrat, campaigned with a Democrat. But he also ran against David Schaefer. So that was a little payback for Josh McCoon's friend, David Schaefer, to get Jeff Duncan that one final shot. But this right here has no bearing, no bite, nothing. They want to lead you to believe that they've done something. What? What'd you do? The timing? Where was the GRA? Where was the Georgia Republican Party? Where was the state committee? Where was the executive committee when, before 2020, all of you were going down to the Capitol? All of you were lining the steps of the Capitol, right? All of you that were holding up signs saying unplug Georgia, right? Couldn't find a damn one of them. Couldn't find Josh's ass then. Couldn't find a statement from the GRA. But now they want to lead you to believe. How many of you believe Brad Raffensperger can't run as a Republican? Now, you've lost. You're incorrect. We're going to be nice. I don't want to say you've lost your mind, because if I say that, that reminds me of Candace Taylor, and we're not going there, okay? But I'm going to tell you this. If you believe that I am supporting in any way, shape, or form Brad Raffensperger, well, just believe it if you'd like to. But I would tell you right now, if Brad Raffensperger wants to run as a Republican in the state of Georgia, and he comes out and he wants to run for senator, guess what? Give me number, where the heck is it at? I had it here a minute ago. I had it here in the most recent tweet. Now, you guys just relax, because it's going to come up. Give me number 30, all right? If he wants to run for senator, if he wants to run for governor, guess what? He can run as a Republican. Georgia GOP chair says party won't block Raffensperger's bid for higher office. You can read the entire article. There's no block to Brad Raffensperger. That's all a front. That's all a stunt. That's to lead you to believe that they did something amazing at this convention for you. Right? Just not true. I will not carry water. I will not. I got a message last night. From some dear friends. And I mean dear friends. Some people I really care for. And I thought about it. I went out on the back porch, and you know what took place after that. And I thought, and I pondered. I dwelled. Considered. And it said, take time on the GRA. And then I started applying I don't carry water. I cannot come on here, and when I say allow, I cannot come on here and allow people to lead you to believe that something happened that didn't. And it goes against the foundation of the show. So, I mean, I hope you don't get upset with me, but no, nothing in stone. Brad Raffensperger can run as a Republican. Now, let's move on, because we're going to get to the microphones, and we're going to get to the convention, and we're going to get to who may have won, who may not have won. Oh. Now, so every time I think, 43. I want to throw this in just as a placeholder, just to keep the ball rolling. Now, as you well know out there, MTG and I are not very close friends. We're not. MTG and I are not very close friends. And I would have to say, Saturday, if you were at the convention, she gave, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Congresswoman from the 14th District, gave a very I may be running for governor speech. She did. I mean, if you're sitting in the room, I'm looking at some delegates in next to me, and I'm saying, does this sound like she's running for governor? And it sounds like it to me, right? Now, we're not announcing that. We don't know what she's going to do. She has made comment to Greg Bluestein at the AJC. Hey, I'm not real impressed with the candidates right now. That would be Chris Carr and our Attorney General Chris Carr and Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, right? But she brought up something Saturday that I really agree with. I agree with one of the issues. I know when you throw out no state income tax, I get that. That's a winner. But she said on the stage that she wants to reopen mental hospitals. And I really think we can go back to when mental hospitals were opened in the past, and we could study what I would call went wrong. We'll just leave it there. We don't have enough time in the show. But what I would call went wrong, and I think we could open mental hospitals again and help our people in need. And she said Saturday, Marjorie Taylor Greene has publicly advocated for Georgia to reopen mental hospitals. Greene suggests that reopening these institutions could help remove people with mental illness from the streets. And every time she says that, it reminds me of number 42. I cannot read this. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I'm never going to be able to get this out of my mind. It reminds me of Candace Taylor. It does. Every time I think about a mental hospital, she's batshit crazy. All right. Now, we're going to be studying this as the week goes on because Buddy Carter in the 1st Congressional District, Congressman Buddy Carter, all right, he's running for Senate, pretending to be MAGA, go into that. That leaves the 1st Congressional District right now open. She's announced she's running for Congress. Now, some of you don't like it, and I promise you, I will look you in the eye. I promise you. I will talk about it. We only have an hour, all right? But some of you don't like because I write the word plant sometimes. I just write it. Boom, on a post. People are like, what's that mean? What's that mean? Now, she's running for Congress. She ran for Senate. She didn't win. She ran for governor, claimed she won, but she didn't win. And now she's running for Congress. Now, is she running for Congress in the 1st District to try to bring the ticket down? What exactly is she doing? Now, we don't have time to go into. She is an employee of the county where she's from. I don't want to say the county, I forget it. But she's an employee, all right? And I think she's like the county counselor for all these kids or something. Yes. And she talks about spanking, a lot of stuff. She's not right. Poor girl ain't right, okay? Now, in the 1st District, there's some people going to be running. There's the Chatham County 20-year county commissioner Republican running. There is, I hear Jim Kingston, if you don't know him. Did any of you see Jack Kingston, former congressman, 17 years, I think, in the 1st District? Did any of you see Jack Kingston at the convention? He was there. Jack was there wandering around. Jim Kingston is supposed to be getting in. So anyhow, take that down. Because I think from day one, she's always been a plant. Always. All right. And I think she has a closer relationship with Brian Kemp than you would ever believe. There's a reason she tied herself into Josh, Brian Kemp. You would see, all right? Now, take that down. So, let's go to the convention. And I got to put it this way. The only basically lawmakers you saw at the convention, this is the Georgia Republican Party, state officers, right? And every county, every organized Republican county in the state there. Your chairman, now ours was not there based on another obligation. We won't go into that. But your chairman, your delegates. Now at your county at your county convention, by your voter turnout, and I'll make it very quick so you get this. By your voter turnout in the presidential election, according to GOP math for the state, you were allotted so many county delegates. And I think just off the top of my head, Fannin County was allotted 128 county delegates, meaning 128 people could have been in our county convention, right? County convention, according to the voter turnout for Trump. And the reason I tell you this is because 2026, Trump's not on the ballot. You see, I understand most people don't turn out for county conventions, but coming off a Trump big win in Georgia, you would think that would translate a little bit in getting a boost in your Republican Party numbers. All right? You would think that. But it didn't translate. Because in a county like mine, to where we would have had a possibility of 128 county delegates, I think I'm gonna throw out there, and I know I'm over. I'm gonna say 35 people. Our sheriff in our county, Republican, wasn't there. Our 3 county commissioners, Republican, were not there. Shall I go on? Now, the clerk of court, Dana Chastain, is always there. I gotta say, when it comes to the conventions, she supports Republican Party. So thank you very much. I gotta give you a shout out. But not there. So we got 35 people. I think we have 14 delegates. 14 delegates. And then I think when we got there, if memory serves me right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think we had 8 show up. 8 out of 14. So just saying that. So it didn't translate. And the convention did not have a record number of delegates. Did not have a record number. So here's the thing. Now I know Trump showed up at the last convention. But in 2023, there was a record number of delegates there. Now, this is the party. What good is the party to you? How much do people really care about the party? What is the use of the party? Brian Kemp said we don't need the party. We did not have a record number of delegates at the party, starting at the county, district, and the state convention. Got it? It didn't translate. So you got to pay attention to that. All right? Stop thinking that the votes are going to come out in 2026 for Republicans, because it just didn't translate. Now, if the party was doing well as Josh McCoon said it was doing, these are facts. This is not speculation. If the party was doing as well as Josh said it was, and as great as the outcome, and he won the Super Bowl, he did not translate that to any of the conventions. Didn't translate. Nothing that he said happened in 2024 election with Donald Trump translated. Got it? It's clear. Now, why should I care? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to look you in the eye and ask you, because I'm going to tell you the facts. At the convention this weekend in your county. Now, think about your county. I'll think about mine. In your county, how many of your county elected officials were sitting with you? Now, you may say, well, I'm in a blue county. I'm in a red county. I'm in a red county. My 3 commissioners are Republican. My sheriff's a Republican. My tax commissioner's a Republican, right? My coroner's a Republican. I'm in it's nonpartisan, but my Board of Education is Republican. How many Republican elected officials, one was a delegate in your county, 2 was sitting somewhere next to you? How many? You figure it out. Me? None. Second, did you see your state representatives? Now, you run around and you get into hype up mode. John Burns. We're going to get rid of John Burns. We're going to strip him. We're going to write a resolution to John Burns. Right? I get it. I'm with you. I thought John Burns, I tried to get a resolution at the 9th district. They shut me down. They shut me down at the 9th District. I tried to get a resolution done at the 9th District condemning John Burns' actions as Speaker of the House of Georgia against Colton Moore and not allowing him entrance into the chamber for the State of the State address by Governor Kemp. I couldn't do it. But let me ask you a question. Did you see any of your state legislators there? House members. Specifically House members. Did you see them? Oh, you didn't? Give me number 41. I can tell you why you didn't see them. Because they were at Jekyll Island. They were down there with the wives. Yeah. They took the wives. And now this happens to be my representative. And this is not attacking. It's just facts. John Burns, hey, get my calendar. Bring my calendar. Now, I want to get all the boys and girls together. We go down to the beach, bring the wives, bring the husbands, all right? Mix a couple drinks right on the sand. You know what I mean? Good cigars. I like this date here, sir. That is the State Republican Weekend Convention at Dalton, Georgia. Yeah, okay. Well, I still like this weekend here. Spent some valuable time this weekend at our state Republican caucus talking about legislation and upcoming 2026 session. Now, I'm not knocking Johnny, but they're not down there talking about how you play a part in it, right? They're not down there saying, I wonder what they think back home. No, they're not. They're not down there caring about who is the state officers at the Georgia GOP. No, they're not down there caring if we can get to the microphone or back. No, they're just not. They're down there, right? I bet a couple lobbyists was floating. What's that out there? You take your wife down. You're new. What's that out there? That's a lobbyist. Oh, I just saw something floating out there. Equivalent to a turd. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Sorry, that was unnecessary. Try to get back. Get composure. A lot of that will come from study committees. Oh, we have a committee. Oh, we have a study committee that are going on this summer and fall. Below are a few of the, let's see. So they were down at Jekyll Island this weekend, and they were enjoying it. And there is I know that guy's name. What's his name over there? Victor Anderson. There's Victor Anderson, and there's Rick Jaspers and Johnny Chastain. I mean, they're nice guys, but they had somewhere to be. So take that down. You did not have a Republican, right, State House member at our convention. Convention? What convention? Then you had Senate. Now, I want to tell you why. So you know from here on out. I will not be pushed under the sand like I don't know what happened. I won't do it. Now, give me number 39, okay? So, you noticed Blake Tillery there? State senator, running for lieutenant governor, right? Burt Jones there, lieutenant governor, presides over the Senate, running for governor. You seen Steve Gooch there, state senator, running for lieutenant governor. You see John Kennedy there, state senator, he was there, running for lieutenant governor. Now, next week, so you know, give me number 40. Georgia Senate Republicans will meet today. Oh, today, not next week. Meet today for new leaders. See, so stay right here a minute. Steve Gooch on my left with the lighter colored tie. Is that my left? Yeah, that's it. lighter colored tie. He is the Georgia State Senate Majority Leader, Republican Majority Leader. Now, he does not have to resign as state senator to run for lieutenant governor, but he does have to resign according to the rules. He has to resign his leadership position. So he has resigned. He is no longer the Georgia Republican State Senate leader. Now, to the right is the Republican leader, the Republican pro temp, right? Is that what it's called? The pro temp? And that's John Kennedy. Again, he does not have to resign from the state Senate, but he has to resign from his leadership as the Republican pro temp of the Senate. Now, that being said, yes, they were there. They're running for state office. Now, today, we're told State Senator Larry Walker, he was there. He's running for president pro temp. And State Senator Jason Avenatti from Dallas, I did not see him. Bo Hatchett are running for Gooch's. State Senator Bo Hatchett is running for the leadership position. So go ahead and take that down. That's what you see. Now, these leaders that are picked in the Senate will be the leadership in 2026. Wrong, right? Yeah, 2026. The leadership in 2026, 2025, January 2026, they will be the Republican leadership in the state Senate. So you can look at the options we have, and do you really think we're going to get some real conservative legislation passed with those options? So just so you know, when you notice state senators down there, the reason you noticed state senators and the state Senate had a reception room is because of all of these people in leadership in the state Senate that are running for statewide office. So just the facts. Was your county commissioner there? Were any of your Republicans, elected Republicans, sitting with you as delegation? Was your state house, or did the state house plan a whole different event like you didn't even exist? So you didn't see a member of the state house, your Republican state house, and Senate, unless you're in the leadership of the Senate or running for state office. That was just a handful, right? Then let's go from there. We didn't have, now this guy right here, he has the nerve to say this, Brian Kemp, number 5. He has the absolute nerve, all right, to say he looks forward to working with Josh McCoon. All right, congratulations to Josh McCoon on his reelection as chairman of the Georgia GOP. I look forward to working with Josh and conservatives across the state to keep Georgia red in 2026. Who are these people? I don't know. Who are these people? Right? Who are they working with? But he doesn't come to the convention. No, he don't need to come. He doesn't need to come. Right? Lieutenant governor comes. Why? Because he's running for governor. Brad Raffensperger doesn't come. Chris Carr doesn't come too, right? Now, John King was there. He's trying to run for Senate. He was there. They didn't come. Why? They got ballot access. That's all they need. The Georgia GOP is a front. It's a front. You guys got your party. You can have your parties. You can have your little events. You can have your clique. You can have the people there that you want. No one else. You could purge the riffraff, as you call us. You could purge the crazies, as you call us. Whatever you want to call us. And they get ballot access. You get just enough money to keep everybody's pockets, whatever you do with it. There you go. So let me roll with something before I wrap up with the convention, because I do want to talk about the convention once again before I got to go down here, make sure I didn't miss anything, Diane. Now, Josh, immediately, let's throw this in here, number 45. 5. Immediately, is it a consolation prize? Is that what you say? It's not a constellation because that would be the stars. Consolation prize, is that what you say? New vice chair of the foundation appointed, the Georgia Republican Party, for immediate release, June 9th. Betsy Kramer. Well, I'm shocked by that. I wonder if he had an executive committee meeting. I wonder if he shocked his second vice chair. I wonder if his second vice chair, I wonder if the treasurer, I wonder if people just got an email saying this or if they were in the loop at any time. Republican activist Betsy Kramer appointed foundation. Republican activist will serve as vice chair of the fundraising arm. The Georgia Republican Party is thrilled to announce the appointment of Betsy Kramer as vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party Foundation. Wow, good for her, right? I mean, I didn't see that coming. All right, moving right along. Now, I have to make sure that, let's see, that's a Chris Carr. We talked about, let's see, did we talk about, don't forget number 3, I just want to throw it in the loop. All right, in the loop, number 3. And Kemp moves to take command of the GOP, leaving the state party behind. They have successfully done that. I know you don't like the word successfully. They've successfully done it. They have. He has the person in place he wants. He's been in place. He has the people in place he wants. Josh McCoon is satisfied with following whatever he tells them to do. The people in the Georgia GOP, Inc. pretend to be Trump supporters. There's a couple in there that they brought along that are Trump supporters to try to give them credibility. But the reality in the leadership, this is the Pied Piper, period. Okay, just face it. Now, in Georgia. So the convention this weekend, I want to say this. There's still a lot of talk. And I did get the text messages, so you know, of Brant Frost, the albino rhino, Brant Frost. Can you do me a favor, Diane? Can you find me a picture of Brant Frost? Brant Frost. It's not fair that I call him the albino rhino and people don't understand it. I ought to call him Tweak the Geek. He looks like a twig, but we'll make a tweak. Tweak the Geek, the albino rhino, Brant Frost. That's like an introduction. Next on the stage, right? So if you find one, throw it up. Anyhow, let me say this. Earlier. Give me number 1. Now, when we started the program, we issued every one of you out there a clicker. We issued you a clicker, every one of you, all right? And I'm asking, do you think I should get a haircut? That's the test question. You think I should get a haircut? Press 1 for yes. Press 2 for no. Press 3 for I don't care. Got it? Now you all have your clickers. All right. This is one of our test questions. So just to show you they work, so you can feel confident the clickers work. So you can feel good that there's nothing nefarious here. Our first test question is, do you think BKP should get a haircut? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no, and 3 for I don't care. And the voting will end in 10, 9. The polls are closed. Okay. So now here are the three choices. We got overwhelmingly get a haircut 1. I don't care came in 2nd. And no came in 3rd. Now, because I'm on the stage, And just because I say it, that's accurate. I know those three numbers are accurate. I know that. Now, if you don't feel they're accurate, you don't have to worry because I know they're accurate. If you want me to show you the accuracy of those three slots, don't worry. I know they're accurate. Just because I said it. Well, okay. If you didn't like that one, let's go one more. Okay. How many of you... Now, if you have an iPhone, press 1. Okay, press 1. And if you have a Samsung phone, press 2. And if you have a Motorola, press 3. Okay, and the voting will end in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, the voting's closed. Now, because I'm up here and you're down there, and because I have a microphone and the other microphones don't work and you can't question anything I say, and just because we run the rules, we don't use Robert's Rules of Order here. We use what we call just because. Just because I say it, just because I do it, just because I want it, just because. There you go. That's our rules that we're applying. Now, on the screen, you will see iPhone came in first, Samsung second, Motorola third. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to validate and make sure that's correct because we have no idea up here on the stage that 623 people have an iPhone. So if you can do me a favor, if you could take your iPhone out at this point and raise it in the air while the Sergeant of Arms come over and we'll see if there's 623 iPhones in the air to show you that's real. Now, we really won't do that. I just know it works. I know it's correct. Okay, I get it. What's there to see here? So, let's see. Do we have voter confidence? And my conspiracy theory, if I think these don't work? If I think these could be inaccurate? If you think that little... Have you ever opened one of these? Well, I have. Not one. I have opened these. And the little conductors that have to connect. What if they're cross-threaded and 2 pushes a 1 just accidentally in these cheap little products for $13,000? What if a 2 actually pushes a 3? I don't know. What if it does? I don't know. Well, it showed up 2 on the screen, but yeah, well, what if the connectors are touching and it doesn't? I don't know. I mean, I could come up with things all day long, right? But they know up there that... So Field Cersei goes up there and he gave examples. He said, these are not examples. You did not validate any testing of these clickers. You didn't validate any testing. You can't do that. I mean, for me, I don't remember exactly what was said, but why don't you say how many people were born on Mars, push 1, and how many people were, born here on Earth, push 2? Mars should have been 0. You should have, 0. Okay. All right. I feel good about that. 2 should have been the total voting strength. So if 2 was 1,650 and there was 57 missing, we should have said, hey, did 57 people not vote or did 57 votes not compute properly? There was ways to test that. And let me tell you, Republicans of all people, we have voter confidence concerns. So I want to get past that. Now, there's an admission with Brant Frost. Did you ever get a Brant Frost one? I mean, if you didn't, that's okay. Holy smokes. That is Tweak the Geek, the albino. He He come up and he said to me, this guy right here, you got to look at it. He says to me, I'm at the microphone. He says to me Saturday, we were here first. We were here first. I looked at him. I said, you get away from me. Get away from me, okay? Get away. Don't you get close to me. He's over there. Go ahead. Hit me. And what the hell is wrong with you? Are you? What the hell is wrong with you? You know? So, we all know the story. We're not going to belabor it. The microphones were closed. He admits they blocked him off. He admits to it. Admits they blocked off the microphones. And you and I both, the convention's not legitimate, okay? Now, in 2010, don't get him off the screen. I can't take that. In 2010, and I just want to give you a really quick summary. In 2010, we, the people, rose up. We created tea parties all over the United States. Not going to take it anymore, right? Now, we started going to the Republican Party meetings, and that upset the Republicans. No, seriously, it upset them. So they were like, okay, how do we defuse this whole Tea Party thing? We've got to tamp that down. We've got to start moving them out. It's a Ron Paul revolution. You got Tea Party revolution. It has to be tamped down and moved out. We can't have them as GOP chairs. The list goes on. So that upset the establishment. All right. Now I'm going to say some things that you're not going to be happy about. So that upset the establishment, and they needed to remove the Tea Party, this crazy ass thing that came along. They had to start getting that down. Now, it was okay that we were the Tea Party. It was okay we were voting the way they wanted us to. That was all fine. We had our Tea Party darlings, we called them at that time. And believe it or not, you got Joe Scarborough. Believe it or not, you had what's his name? Kasich in Ohio. Yeah, believe it or not, Marco Rubio, Tom Graves. I know you're about to fall out of your chair, but these are people during the Tea Party movement that, we were rah, right? Now, so they had to, again, it was okay. Tea Party, we voted their way. That was okay. We put out their signs. That was okay. We made their phone calls. That was okay. So they needed worker bees. They tolerated us to a point. They had to keep us tamped down. Then, lo and behold, the damn Donald Trump. Now, they never expected Donald Trump. Never. Okay? We all know Jeb Bush was the front runner. And if you're a conservative over here, a constitutionalist, you were supposed to be for Ted Cruz. They had our 3 or 4 that we were going to run down the road, and then we were going to unify behind Jeb Bush, and you and I were once again going to put out their signs, the worker bees, and we were going to make the phone calls, and okay, because they had us tamped down. Trump comes and emboldening, and he says MAGA, and he says America first, and a certain amount of them participated in getting rid of Trump. Some of them did. Behind the scenes, several did. Behind the scenes, many of them come out and said, I support Trump, and they would go behind the scenes, right? So now Trump wins in 2024. We'll leave it there. That is actually a sigh of relief for them. And I'll tell you why it's a sigh of relief. Trump's done. Okay, look, we could survive 4 years. Democrats over here, we'll survive 4 years because he's going to pause DEI. He's going to pause EV mandates, right? He's going to pause building an election charging station. He's going to pause a couple things. But once we can get through 2026, get control, or maybe even get a Democrat or the Republican we actually want, we can start tamping down on this movement. So what you experienced is the demagnification of Georgia, and it's going across the country. Trump's done. You are a percent. So they figured out how to put you in this circle and move you over here in a holding pattern. Now they're going to attempt to get you back because they want you to put out the signs. They want you to make the phone calls. They want you to show up at the rallies so you'll look like, the seats are filled. Yes. They'll want you to work the polls. But on this side, they got it back. I'm going to want number 44 in a moment. Yeah, they got it back on this side. They did. Kemp tore down the Republican Party. Josh participated. They have a team. What they have is they're going to have a we look like grassroots MAGA, all right? They're going to have a department. Let's try to look that way. Yes. But what they did is they took this pocket and they moved it over here and isolated it. Yeah, they pushed that pocket. Now, don't get this wrong. If it's when I say the party, Republican voters, I think they pushed maybe 30% of Republican voters over here, right? Now, that's big. You're going to say, well, there's more of us than that. Wait a minute. These numbers are large, very large. They have to have you to win the primary. You have more control than you think, and we're going to talk about that. But they are right where they want to be. And I have to tell you, give me 44. This is someone that posted this. They posted this, right? As a Republican, I'm ashamed with how you portrayed yourself at the convention. You have for years acted childish. That's Debbie Dooley. The minute this person posted this, Debbie blocked them. She blocked them. All right, she blocks everybody. But if you were to tell me that in 2010, Debbie Dooley helping generate the Atlanta Tea Party would go full circle with Brian Kemp and the establishment to shut us down, I would be like, are you serious? Total, complete sellout. Debbie Dooley's a total, complete sellout. Do not accept anything under the guise of grassroots. Now, what she's doing now is she's pretending to have a clash with the GRA. She's pretending to have, it's all a setup, folks. She's pretending to have a clash with the GRA to lead you to believe that she doesn't support the GRA, and the GRA did not run the convention. Now, I'm going to go back. I got to get out. We got a lot more to do. We're going to be here the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is number 11. This is cue ball. Number 11, this is it Tim Ryan? Is that his name? I forget. GRA. There's Debbie Dooley, right? Blocking a microphone. There was 4 microphones. Here is number 9, blocking a microphone. Debbie Dooley, they're blocking the microphones. The GRA. Number 6. Right there, Katie Frost is a terrible person. She's a bad person. Very bad person. I'm not just saying that. This was hate speech. This is hate speech. I mean, there's Jackie Harling. Dennis Futch bought his way on the stage. He buys his way on anything. He ain't a half bad fellow, but he's got money. And, I'll look him right in the eye. I hate to break it to him, but Dennis, they don't like you, but you got a pretty decent wallet. So you get in and on and where you want to be. That's how it works. So Jackie Harling, GRA, Mama Frost, GRA, Katie Frost, GRA. I think Kathleen Thorman, I think she's GRA. Candace, batshit crazy, GRA. I'm not going to go with any more. That's the nominating committee. The chairman, Josh McCoon, GRA. Sally, GRA. The microphone blocks, GRA. And I understand now. Look, Turning Point Action participated with the GRA. Turning Point Action. We'll get into that later. I can't just say it's okay and like, well, unify. It's like, so you're traveling along and you bump into a gang. It's Bonnie, it's Clyde, it's Bonnie, Clyde, it's the brother-in-law, the sister-in-law, the driver. There's like 6 of them in the gang. So you're driving along and they got a flat tire and you stop and they say, "Hey, how would you like to join our gang?" Well, don't you guys rob banks and kill people, and don't you guys do bad stuff? Yeah, we'd love to have you in the gang. So if I'm in the gang, I do bad stuff. Yeah, we'd love to have you. I mean, I'm sorry, that's the internal feeling I have, is like, they're asking me to join the gang? Yeah, man, join us, unify. We can show you how to shift over a little dark money here, a little dark money over here. Unify. Yes, son, unify. Sorry, don't know what I'm doing here. All right, so anyhow, the GRA and Turning Point USA, Debbie Dooley. Now, okay. So I promised this yesterday, and I'm going to tell you, and are you ready? Oh, hi, Charlie. Come here. Yes. Come here. Oh, this is Charlie. Take that down. All right, so this is Charlie. Oh, Charlie gives the pooch loving. Hi, Charlie. Everybody was asking about you. What are you doing sneaking up here? All right, so let me say this, okay? So I was asked a lot of questions about Reagan Box, okay? And let me say this. When I was first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, 2-3 times a week, I would go to events and Reagan Box would be there. And she would come over and she would talk to me. She would ask me, like, how did I do? She would call me. She had an event for Dr. Frank. She called me in Rome. And she had an event for Dr. Frank. And she called me up. Reagan Box called me up. And she said, Brian, and at this, I'm the first vice chair of the Republican Party. The Republican Party has never been committed to looking at the possibility of any data fraud or anything like that. They've never really been committed to that. So, and I'm not going to tell you, I'm not here advocating for Dr. Frank, but Reagan Box in Rome, Georgia, held an event for Dr. Frank. And she called me up and she said, will you come to the event? All right. Now, it's about 2 hours and 20 minutes from the house. All right. About 2:20 from the house. And she called me personally. She said, Brian, will you come to the event? And I said, Reagan, yes, I'll come to the event. I looked at my calendar. My rule was if the calendar was blank, I'm on my way. And I don't know why I made that rule. I looked at the calendar. I said, Reagan, my calendar's blank. I'm on my way. So I go over there, right? I go over there to see Dr. Frank. And she is there. And it's a sparse crowd. And I showed her respect and showed her support. She came up, told me how much she appreciated me. Then there was the magic of one day. Someone said, you can't talk to him anymore. Oh, yes. There was a magic of one day. Someone said, you have been talking to him. You can't talk to him. Now, who would have said that? Who would have said you can't talk to him? Who would have said don't call him anymore? Because she used to call me. Who would have said don't go up and say hello at any events? Right? Who would have done that? So, no, I do not support Reagan Box. And trust me, if she would have started running and never spoke to me, but someone somewhere said, don't speak to him. I'll go into much more detail because let me tell you something. Every group out there, someone's in your group. They look like you. They talk like you. They love the Constitution, but they're not with you. All right, folks, we'll take a break. We'll call that. Hi, Charlie Chip. This is Charlie Chew. Would you put your snout down? This is Charlie Chew. I have 3 dogs. I have Stella Lou, Bella Boo, and this is Charlie Chew. Right, Charlie Chew? Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Diane, get me out of here. Get Charlie and I out of here. Right, Charlie Chew?